Alright, let's look at solving rational equations. So when I solve a rational equation, notice that the denominators have variables in them. So the first thing I want to do is I want to state my restrictions. And what that is what can I plug in for x in the denominator that will make the denominator 0. So you can see here on this 4 over x, if I let x equal 0, then I would have 4 over 0, which is undefined. And also here 2 over 3x, if x is 0, then 3 times 0 is 0, and 2 over 0 is undefined. So we cannot have x equals 0 because that would make this undefined. So x cannot equal 0. Now I want to find my common denominator, and in this problem my common denominator is 3x. So I'm going to take the common denominator 3x and I'm going to multiply it to each term. Okay, now we can see here the x's cancel, and here the 3x cancels. So I'm left with 3 times 4 is 12 plus 21x equals 2. And now I just solve for x. So I subtract 12. So I get 21x equals negative 10. Divide both sides by 21. And I get x equal negative 10 over 21. And this is not my restriction, and the fraction won't reduce, so this is my final answer. Let's take a look at another one. Okay, so I want to state my restrictions. So we can see here 1 over x and 1 over 5x. X cannot be 0 because that would make the denominator 0. And then if x is negative 2 on this 3 over x plus 2, if x is negative 2, I would have 0 in the denominator. So x cannot equal negative 2. Alright, so now I need to get my common denominator, which is 5x times x plus 2, and I'm going to multiply it to each term. Okay, so now let's cancel everything. Alright, so we're left with 3 times 5x is 15x minus 5 times x plus 2 times 1 is 5 times x plus 2 equals x plus 2 times 1, which is just x plus 2. Now I solve this equation here. So I have 15x minus 5x minus 10. I distribute the minus 5 equals x plus 2. So 15x minus 5x is 10x minus 10 equals x plus 2. Subtract x, I get 9x minus 10 equals 2. Add 10 I get 9x equals 12. Divide by 9, I get x equals, and then this reduces to 4/3, and that's not one of my restrictions. So there's my answer, 4/3. Let's take a look at another one. Alright, so let's see what makes the denominator 0. State my restrictions. So if x is 0, then this whole denominator is 0. Or if x is 2, this whole denominator is 0. So x cannot equal 0 and x cannot equal 2. And then also here, if x is 0, that would make the denominator 0, and if x is 2, that would make the denominator 0, and I already have those listed. So I get my common denominator, which is x times x minus 2, and I multiply it to each term. Alright, now let's see what cancels. Here the x and the x minus 2 cancel. Here the x cancels, and here the x minus 2 cancels. So I'm left with 10 plus 4 times x minus 2 equals 5x. Now I need to solve this, so I'm going to distribute the 4. So I have 10 plus 4x minus 8 equals 5x. I get 4x plus 2 equals 5x. Subtract 4x to both sides. I get x equal 2. And you can see that's one of my restrictions. So x cannot be 2. So my answer is no solution. Let's look at another one. Here I want to state my restrictions, but before I do that, this x squared minus 6x plus 8, I need to factor that first. So factoring that, I'm going to get x over x minus 2 plus 1 over x minus 4 equals 2 over x minus 2 times x minus 4. Okay. Now I need to state my restrictions, and you can see if I plug a 2 in here, that'll make the denominator 0. Plug a 4 in here, that would make the denominator 0. And if I plug a 2, this denominator would be 0. And if I plug a 4 in, that would also make the denominator 0. So my restrictions are x cannot equal 2 and x cannot equal 4. Now I need to get a common denominator and multiply each term by the common denominator. So my common denominator is x minus 2 times x minus 4 times x over x minus 2 plus x minus 2 x minus 4 times 1 over x minus 4 equals x minus 2 x minus 4 times 2 over I'm multiplying times this one, the one where I factored, x minus 2 times x minus 4. So now let's see what cancels. The x minus 2's cancel. Here the x minus 4's cancel. And here the x minus 2 and x minus 4 cancel. So I'm left with x times x minus 4 plus x minus 2 times 1 is x minus 2 equals 2. So I solve this. I'm going to distribute the x. So I get x squared minus 4x plus x minus 2 equals 2. So I get x squared minus 3x minus 2 equals 2. I'm going to subtract the 2 to both sides. So I get x squared minus 3x minus 4 equals 0. So now I'm solving this quadratic equation. So I'm going to factor. So I get x minus 4, x plus 1 equals 0. So I have x minus 4 equals 0 or x plus 1 equal 0. So here I get x equals 4 or x equals negative 1. And you can see that 4 is one of my restrictions. So this one is not a solution, but x equal negative 1 is not a restriction. So this one is my only solution. Alright, let's take a look at one more. Notice this one is different than the ones we've been working. See, here we have 2 terms, and here we have 1 term. We have 2 terms on one side, 1 term on the other. Here we have 2 terms on one side, 1 on the other. And same thing here, 2 terms, 1 term. And here, 2 terms, 1 term. But here I have 1 term equals 1 term. This is a proportion. So to solve this, I can just cross multiply. So I get 10 times 4 times x plus 1. So that's going to be 40 times x plus 1 equals 15 times x plus 4. Now keep in mind, when you cross multiply, you can only do that if you have 1 term on each side. Okay? So now I need to solve this. I'm going to distribute the 40 and the 15. So I get 40x plus 40 equals 15x plus 60. Now, what did we forget to do? We forgot to state our restrictions. So we look up here, x cannot be negative 4 and x cannot be negative 1. So now I subtract 15x to both sides and I get 25x plus 40 equals 60. Subtract 40, I get 25x equals 20. Divide by 25 and I get x equals 4/5. And there's my answer. And 4/5 is not a restriction. And that's all of solving rational equations.